What's up, wrestling fans? Ratt, man, Rich Fulmer, and this is your Ratt Report. So I finally got to see ROH from Sunday night. I actually got to watch it about an hour ago. It was a great show. If there was a reason for me to like, one of many reasons why, I should say, one of many reasons why I actually like professional wrestling is because ROH Final Battle was a perfect example of one of many reasons why I love professional wrestling. Every match was great, all the way from beginning to end. I don't think any of them were bad, except for maybe one. I'll get into that later. But before I go into Final Battle, the Final Battle review, I get suggested from time to time. I always try to adhere to what my viewers want, what you viewers want from me. A friend of mine, Robert Ferry Jr. from Indie to TNA group. We cover everything independent, from ROH, TNA, CZW, 2CW, the list goes on and on and on. Everything and anything in there, indie related, we discuss it, we spotlight. He's a main man of it, basically, or one of main men of it. He suggested I do more besides TNA, cover more independent stuff, more ROH, and JPW, and actually on my page, the Ratt Report, where you can find everything that I post, every video, I show things. I'm gonna do more on even Lucha Underground, which is on El Rey Network. It's just awesome. But anyway, he suggested I cover more independent promotions, independent wrestlers, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing spotlights, etc. on like that. But my man Bobby Flayton, he suggested that I do something with this back here. So you're not seeing a boring white background with meh. I was going to change that, but I forgot. Put more wrestling related stuff in there, and that's what I did. Some belts, some wrestlers, I call it titles and champions. You see Alpha Female up right there, Stinger, Good Time Charlie, action figures, Kurt Angle, he's laying down, he's doing yoga, John Cena, Undertaker, CM Punk, and Eddie Guerrero's up there. 3 titles that I made for me and my boys. I call it titles and champions. Good Time Charlie, he's never held a belt, but he took super kicks like a champ, broke his ribs. Cover that another time. I have that. This is another thing I'm trying to work on also, that was suggested, is I do something more interesting. I've been trying to work on learning how to work this whole video, web show, podcast, whatever, trying to figure it out on a movie maker. Been trying to watch videos. It's kind of confusing. I'm starting to figure it out. I'm getting it, like, oh yeah, but blending everything together, cutting stuff out of like the middle of the videos that, like right now, I'm just kind of, I would have cut that. I just scratch my back. I'd cut that out. I'm learning, so you got to kind of work with me here. I'm doing the best I can with it. I'm learning it. And until then, this is what you get. Maybe a little different here and there. It's going to work out until it's something permanent. I don't know. Right now, I just kind of screwed around with it and I wanted to see what was going to happen. Let's get into this, shall we? We shall. Great action by the ROH talents. one of the best shows I've seen on ROH, and I'd hate to say it, and I'm kind of embarrassed in a way, but I'm also, let's see, this is my first ROH pay-per-view. They've only done a few actual pay-per-views. It's been pay-per-views, and then I just wait for the following weekend or 2 weekends later, and I watch it on TV. I don't want to risk not being able to see it because sometimes I can't see it on the weekends. This one I actually got. I was able to watch it finally. Anyway, it was a good show. ROH Final Battle. They're just gonna go right into the review. Crowd strong, chants. Crowd was strong. Chants during the opening talk. Kevin Kelly, Steve Carino, and Nigel McGuinness started the show. And commentating. Started out with a 4-corner survival match. What this was in tag team rules where with no tag team partners, you had to tag your opponent in, which in matches like this is kind of, you don't want to be tagged in because then you're risking another guy getting a win. But then on the other hand, you want to rest. You've got 3 other guys in there that are willing to beat the shit, and they're not going to let you get a pin. So tag in your opponent, and goes on like that. It was Mark Briscoe, Caprice Coleman, Jimmy Jacobs, and Hanson. I said this before. Why do I like professional wrestling? The 4-corner survival match is a great example. ROH is a great example. Lucha Underground is a great example. TNA is a great example. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on of why, but these are just this night from beginning to end. I mean, I yelled a lot. Hanson won it. The size with the agility that Hanson has was impressive. We seen him a few weeks ago against AJ Styles. He was impressive during that match. Impressive, very impressive on this night. Hanson he's an unstoppable force. Last year, before this time last year, he had won a contract with ROH, prospector, best prospector or whatever, gets contract, and it ended up becoming a machine, a total dominating force in ROH, and he's going to continue to be a monster with agility that he has. He's ugly, he's big, but I mean, I've never seen a guy, it's not too often I've seen 300 plus pound guys do cartwheels. I'm 230. I can't do a cartwheel. I do not have it in me, and I've tried many times. So there you go. Jimmy Jacobs stayed in the ring, cut a promo. BJ Whitmer, he started to cut a promo. I think he was trying to introduce Adam Page. BJ Whitmer interrupts him, takes the mic off him, and just introduces Adam Page. He's one of the best in the locker room. Teacher versus student. Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer stayed at the ring. Adam Page versus Roderick Strong with, like I said, Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer. Awesome match. Either way, Adam Page definitely showed himself to the world, to Roderick Strong. I was impressed by Adam Page. I thought it would be a little more hands-on for Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer, who did actually try to interfere, but it didn't get him anywhere. Roderick Strong won due to referee stoppage. He put him in the walls of Jericho. They call it the Strong Lock. I'm sorry. And the way he had him was he had him in the Boston Crab style. Roderick Strong put his knee on the shoulder and the back of the head of Adam Page. Adam Page held it out as long as he could. BJ Whitmer's halfway in the ring screaming at Adam Page, "Don't tap out, don't tap out," and he didn't. He didn't tap out. He passed out. There's no shame in passing out. There's no shame in tapping out, especially after a match like that. But the point is, Adam Page held on, and he won. He didn't win, but he held on. He passed out. He lost. Jimmy Jacobs got in the ring and actually shook his hand and said that he deserves to be part of to be with them. So BJ Whitmer, and throughout the match, they were, Jimmy Jacobs took the headset off of Steve Corino, just yanked it off his head. I can't imagine that feeling good. That would piss me off. And started talking on it. BJ Whitmer did it again at the end, and Steve Corino just got up and flipped out. The referees had to break it up. Kevin Kelly even got to his feet and had to break it up. I wouldn't mind seeing that kind of a fight back and forth. It was good. Great match. Like I said, Adam Page showed himself. He proved himself to the decade. It proved that he is a good spot. He's in a good spot right now. A match like that put him on the map, as far as I'm concerned. And now let's see what he can do further beyond Roderick Strong. Michael Elgin versus Tommaso Ciampa, the Sicilian Psychopath. This guy is awesome. He has some personal issues outside of professional wrestling and his home life. Nothing bad. I think it's his parents. I think his mother is sick, and our thoughts go out to Tommaso Ciampa and his family. Hopefully, and Michael Elgin has issues also. If you recall, if he lost to Jay Briscoe, after losing to Jay Briscoe, ROH had him drop the title because he had passport problems. His visa ran up. He had to stay and renew his thing, and ROH kind of treated him like shit for losing a match at Battle for Los Angeles. So he has some issues. Last week, not this past weekend before last weekend, he had laid down in the ring and wanted to lose. He's kind of become a loose cannon, sort of, I guess you would say. But Tommaso Ciampa withstood a buckle bomb. He withstood everything. He hit the buckle bomb. He received the buckle bomb, should say. Came right back with a clothesline. It was like he bounced off the turnbuckles. Came back with a clothesline to hit Elgin. Instead, Michael Elgin ducked, and the referee got nailed. I mean, he knocked his socks off. He probably won't. I didn't think I'd see him until next year, Final Battle. But there's a zero tolerance law in ROH. You have zero window to hit a referee. Nigel McGuinness kind of got pissed off. He looks weird with hair. I haven't seen him with hair since Desmond Wolfe. And even then it was spiked, And after that, when he returned to ROH, the spike. Anyway, so Nigel McGuinness kind of like, I think it was kind of cheaply just kind of got up and walked away. And then the referee came back. The match continued, obviously. What will happen to Tommaso Ciampa after that? I don't know. They never said anything throughout the rest of the broadcast. There was no anything. So ROH TV, every weekend, ROH TV, it's on, for me it's on at 4 o'clock, it's on at 10:30, it's on at, and then on Sunday it's on at 11:30 at night. Maybe check it out, keep going to this website, rohwrestling.com, and maybe they'll have something up. I haven't been able to find anything out yet. Like I said, I just watched this, so I stayed away from the websites and stayed away from the threads and everything into the TNA. But so far, as far as I know, there's no word on what happened. But at any rate, Michael Elgin wins with a chicken wing DDT. It was a good match. They beat the hell out of each other. Exactly what I expected between those two tough, badass mofos. Sorry about that. And next was the 6-man tag team match. This is a match that I personally look forward to. I liked Bad Influence, even though they were heels. They had that thing that got under your skin, you know. But it was the Addiction, Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels with Cedric Alexander versus ACH and the Young Bucks. Young Bucks are one of my favorite tag teams. They're my new... I'm not going to say... I hate to say it. They're not the best tag team out there. They are one of the best tag teams out there. The best... Like them or not, because I'm not a Bobby Fish fan. I'm not a Kyle... I like Kyle O'Reilly as a tag team. I'm not a fan of them. There's something about Bobby Fish that I just don't like. And that's all there is to it. Red Dragon, said to be the best tag team of all time. We'll get on, or not all time. Sorry, not all time. The best tag team today. We'll get into that later. Great, strong. Like I said, the crowd was strong. Bullet Club chants, because Bullet Clubs are fucking real. And super kick chants or super kick parties. Not as many as I expected, not as many as I would have liked, but I love the fact that the match kept going. There was a point of time where they were all laid out, but it allowed me to catch my breath. There was a lot of movement, a lot of action. ACH picks up the win. The Young Bucks with the assist. Obviously, there was a lot of great tag team action. ACH gets the pin with the 540 splash. What an awesome match. Not disappointed at all. I would give that match a 10. Later on, I could probably rate it. RD Evans versus Moose with Stokely Hathaway and Prince Nana. Vita Scott didn't come out. If you know, RD Evans went 173-0, and on that match, Moose ended up as assisting in RD Evans' first loss. And Vita Scott says ever since RD Evans lost that match, her world has fallen around her, and she's been in shambles, and woe is me, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. And so we seen her. We didn't see her come out with RD Evans, but later on she ends up showing up later on in the match. This is the match that I was going to say was a kind of a squash match, because RD Evans just could not mount any offense on Moose. Moose is awesome. He's big. He's mean. He's strong. RD Evans, I'm not gonna try to say judge him by appearance or by looks. They go by skill alone, and I'm sorry, but R.D. Evans just didn't have it in this match. It was a complete squash match, in my opinion, that went a little too long. Moose picks up the win thanks to outside interference between Stokely Hathaway and Prince Nana, who got kicked into the back. But Vita Scott ended up getting in the ring. Moose looked like he was going for a spear anyway. Vita Scott stopped him, walked over, kind of. They looked like they were, R.D. Evans and Vita Scott looked like they were having their little moment, and then she dropped to her knees and played Yambag Yahtzee. Got speared. Moose picks up the win. What's going to happen next between those two? I kind of seen this coming because Vita Scott did not show up. It did not come down to the ring with them. For the ROH TV title, Matt Sydal versus champion Jay Lethal with Truth Martini and Jay Diesel by his side. Jay Diesel is a beast. He's a big, solid ball of fucking muscle. It was a good match. Epic match. Matt Sydal is, Evan Bourne, one of the best out there today. Proving it, and so is Jay Lethal. Both of them are kind of underrated. if you want the truth. Truth Martini got involved in it. Matt Sydal kind of took his eyes off the ball, no matter how you want to look at it. There was so many times I thought the match was over and Jay Lethal would kick up, or Matt Sydal would kick up, or something would happen. It was almost over, and then a referee gets pulled out of the ring. Jay Lethal ends up winning. He retains the TV title. Give the assist to Truth Martini, though he got his ass handed to him. Still, Matt Sydal, he had to have seen Jay Lethal get into his feet. He had to have seen that he was gonna hit him with a cutter, and that's what it was. Jay Lethal hits Matt Sydal with a diamond cutter from the top rope, midair kind of. Wins. Lethal goes to the camera right away and says, "I'm the greatest champion in the world." Ego, anyone? I don't think he's the greatest champion of all in the world. I think he's one of the best. If you take into consideration Brock Lesnar, who does not defend his title, or current status with TNA right now, where nobody's doing anything, and the title just kind of sits there on every title sitting there on everybody's shoulders, and nobody's defending it. So. Speaking of which, ROH Tag Team titles, the Red Dragon versus the Time Splitters. Red Dragon, IWGP Tag Team Champions and ROH Tag Team Champions. That was an awesome match. Very impressed with it. I couldn't have... It started out a classic tag team and kind of broke down into an all-out fight where constant, like I said, I love the constant movement, I love the constant action, and that's exactly what we've seen. The Red Dragon win, puts a cross armbar on Kushida to make him tap. This was an interesting lock because not only did he have the cross armbar, but he also had the left leg. It was a cross armbar on the left arm, crossed, and then he had the left leg hooked into it, indicating there's no way to get out of it, causing Kushida to tap. Still winners and still ROH champions. Red Dragon, I said, the best in the world today. I will openly admit it. I don't like Bobby Fish, so I'm not a big fan of Red Dragon, but if there's a best in the world, tag team best in the world, it would be Red Dragon. Forget about the Usos. Forget about the Wolves. Forget about Revolution, whatever. Forget about everybody. These guys, forget about the time splitters. Unfortunately, Bucks has to take a back seat to Red Dragon. Great tag team, great action. Main event was unbelievable. It was a fight without honor match. Pretty much anything goes. Another match that I look forward to coming into this. I didn't expect to see what I did see, and that was the best part about it. Tables came into play, tags came into play. A stapler, Jay Briscoe got something stapled to his head with a freaking stapler. I have one of those staplers here. I can't say I know what it feels like, but I can't imagine a staple going into your skull would feel too good. They use thumbtacks, they use tables, they use chairs. WWE doesn't allow chair shots to the head. Man, Adam Cole basted Jay Briscoe right in the skull with a chair. Brought him to his knees. That's where he stapled his head. Briscoe won with two J drillers. One was on the canvas. He kicked out. I thought it was over. I actually cheered prematurely. It's like premature other things, but not quite. I did. I was like, yeah! And it was a kick out of two. No! That's how it was. It's like, here's a piece of candy. Okay, you can't have it. And then he laid out the belt. Adam Cole kind of looked at him like, oh man. After the length of time this match went, 30, 40 minutes, they beat the snot out of each other. They were both bleeding. At one point, Adam Cole was laid out under the ring. He came back out bloody. We know why. And referees and everybody tried to come out, and they had to. It's their policy, ROH policy. If there's an insane amount of blood, the referees trainers have to come out and assess the situation and make it so that maybe we have to stop the match or let it continue. They didn't even get the chance to assess it. Jay Briscoe went out there, was headbutting everybody, pushing everybody out of the way, punching everybody. It was a fight without dishonor. What do you expect from Jay Briscoe? There's a big score to settle between those two. Like I said, Jay Briscoe wins with two J drillers. The first one on the canvas, he kicks out. It went nuts. I marked out. He laid out the belt, picked him up, gave him the J driller on the belt, pinned him 1, 2, 3. Still ROH champion Jay Briscoe. Awesome outing for ROH. Awesome pay-per-view for ROH. I'm going to give it a straight up fucking 10. Even though the R.D. Evans versus Moose match was a squash match and it kind of sucked. Other than that, there wasn't, besides the video packages between each match to lead up to that match. That was great for me. It was great because I was able to catch up. I miss ROH a lot on the weekends because my schedule it's really hard to catch it. I didn't catch it this week. I wasn't too worried about it because I knew the final battle was there. It was waiting for me. Great show. ROH, you're doing an awesome job. You got to keep it up. March 1st, ROH is going to be in Las Vegas! And it's going to be the 13th anniversary show. I'm going to look forward to that. It's going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be their next pay-per-view as far as I know. I know they're advertising it. But anyway, check your local station for the time and channel for ROH this weekend. And check me out on the Rat Report on Facebook. The best page out there. I'm going to say that because why? Because I'm telling you. So it's the best page. Just ask me, I'll tell you. Say goodnight to, what's his name there? Good Time Charlie! Anyway, this is Ratman Rich Fulmer, and this has been your Rat Report.